Hi friends, my name is Anastasia and welcome to the Dream and Draw Art School. This is a demo lesson where you can try my watercolor sketching technique and my teaching style. If you want to learn more, then you can join my Patreon, the link in the description. We make lines that define the position of the drawing on our paper. And the next line will be vertical. It will start here and just try to draw a vertical line. Let's start from this point and draw some kind of a silhouette of a tree with wavy lines like this. And we will end up here. If your drawing is different from mine, it is okay. You can correct it later if you want to, but I think your silhouette is okay and it is beautiful anyway. The first thing, you should draw some kind of a clouds inside the tree of different shapes and different sizes like this. Try to use wavy lines, different directions when you draw these segments. And the segments should be inside each other, so try to make them overlapping. I try to make them as different as I can. And now let's begin with the trunk. I will start from this point like this, from the left side and from the right side, and I want to make the branch in this position, in this way. So try not to forget the smooth lines, a bit wavy lines. So here we have the leaves and the other branches. I think they should be in this place. The first branch looks like a bit wavy line. Sometimes it can disappear inside the leaves, inside the branches. And the second branch is here. It is a bit smaller. And the smallest branch will be here. And now let's make the outline of the branches of the leaves with a curvy line like this. You see that the segments of the leaves, they are overlapping each other. They are overlapping the branches and the trunk. And now let's make the last segment here at the bottom of the tree. And the last step, of course, is the grass. Try to make lines like this. So before using your liner at your work, just be sure to check that your liner is waterproof. Just take a separate sheet of paper and draw something with your liner, and then apply a wet brush and check whether it is waterproof or not. So we will start with the leaves. Of course, try to make the same curvy lines as we did with the pencil, like this. And sometimes I try to rotate my liner so you see that the lines became naturally curved. And the last segment here also I make the same way, like this. And you see that here we have the line not crossing the trunk here, so because the trunk is on the top of the leaves. And now let's make branches and the trunk. I try to make a bit wavy lines and make them clean, beautiful, like this. And the last thing we do with the liner is the grass. So at the background I also make the same outline as I did with the pencil. And here, nice going! The next thing we should do, of course, we take the kneadable eraser. Mine is from Faber-Castell. If you don't have exactly the same eraser, or if you don't have the kneadable eraser, it's okay. Take any eraser you have and gently erase the pencil. Okay, so every segment should be light at the top at the left side, and it should be darker at the bottom at the right side. So now take the yellow color and just with the tapping motion add yellow on the left side, on the top left side of each segment. Then after that, take the green mixed with yellow and also add at the left top side of each segment, like this. So I make the two segments simultaneously. like this. Then the next step, of course, is that I'm adding a bit of darker green color on each segment like this, also with the tapping motions. Also, I'm trying to leave a bit white paper while tapping the segments. You see here I left also the white paper a bit. And then the next step, of course, that we should mix the darkest green color here. So I take the blue color on my palette and I'll mix the blue color with the green color together. So you see that my color looks like this. And of course, I continue adding this darker color onto my segments. And sometimes we mix the dark green with the light green on the palette and add a bit of this color to make the smooth transition from a light green to the darker green right at the segments like this. So now we will wait until this part is dry, and now we'll continue with the segment at the bottom here, again with the same technique, yellow with the green, yellow mixed with green like this, also with the tapping motion, of course. So you see I add a bit of green right on the yellow strokes like this strokes, and now let's add a bit of dark green to make the shadows. So now all the segments are dry, and let's continue making the two segments that we have with the same technique, of course. First of all, take the yellow color, try to make the light side here, then add a bit of green color and mix with the yellow right on the paper. And of course, then add a bit of darker green color here at the bottom right side of the segment. And we have the last segment left. Of course, we will make it with the same technique. So the next step, of course, is the grass that we have at the bottom of the sketch. And now I'm trying to make my brush wet a bit. Use a napkin to leave some extra water and make a smooth transition from the color I have to a completely white paper. Then take the darker green color and add a bit of this color on the green that you have here. And of course we take the brown and cover the trunk like this with the simple strokes, just covering the trunk with the watercolor. I'm mixing the brown with the water on the palette and then cover the small branches here. So now the trunk and the branches are completely dry, and the next step, of course, I'm mixing the brown color with the black color. I'm trying to make my brush as fine as I can. You can use a napkin, of course, as well. And here we have the shadow on each branch like this. I'm trying to make the shadow really fine, just with the one simple line. And I'm going to show you the way how can we make the trunk look more natural. We need to make these strokes like this, making quick motions right on the right side of the trunk here. But the left side of the trunk is still covered with the light brown. I'm not covering it with the dark brown. Great, our sketch is done. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and feel inspired to create more. You can watch the full version of this lesson on my Patreon. The link in the description. See you in my next lessons.